Little child's pose moment to start off. Very grounding and very low, very heavy. Okay, so just take your time breathing here. We want to start to cultivate our long, slow breath, that ujjayi breath. We want to lengthen the inhales and lengthen the exhales. Okay, taking as much air in as we could. And cleaning out the lungs as much as we could. Okay, and I'd like to give us a couple minutes here at least, just to transition and to ground. And one of my favorite things about a child's pose is that it resets that spine, right? From your tailbone to the back of your neck, the spine is one solid, smooth curve, okay? One nice flexed spine. We've removed all the secondary curvatures of the spine. So this is your baby spine here. This is how you were born. And it should be a nice little reset button for any curvatures in your neck and your low back, anything that might be giving you some tension over the week. Who knows? We're going to reset all that here by breathing deeply. All right, give your body so much time here to soften. And it may take a little time. You might notice that maybe the hips or the low back kind of holding on, and that's okay. We don't have to fix that right now. We can just notice. I like to think of the legs kind of compressing here and sinking further with each breath, the hips kind of sinking down, big compression in the lower body. In the upper body, we can imagine some expansion maybe as the heart kind of sinks down toward the floor. Maybe you could make your armpits a little more spacious and allow the shoulder blades to kind of slide off the back. And because we're here and because we can, I think it feels nice to kind of press the forehead down a little bit and get a bit of a forehead massage, maybe even rolling that forehead from side to side, okay? Smooshing your eyebrows. Should feel really good. Smooshing out your temples, the bridge of your nose. Give all that a nice little massage. Okay, and we'll start to move around a little bit. It's a bit cold, so we need to warm up. Go ahead and reach your hands out away from your shoulders. Okay, so making your arms nice and long. And we want to make spider hands here. So think of pressing your fingertips down and lifting your palms up like your hands are two little spiders. And we can keep the forehead nice and grounded. But we want to start to wake up the upper body a bit. So give your two spider hands a bit of a press down into the ground. Just a little bit of strength does wonders here. Little goes a long way. So as you press your fingers down slightly, think of the armpits kind of opening up away from the floor, stretching open that upper body. And we want to take some nice big inhales into that, of course. Always thinking about making the neck extra long, okay? Keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Let's take a little side stretch here. So stay nice and grounded. We're just going to walk our spider hands over to the right. And take your head out there too. We want to set that head back down and breathe. Long arms. We want to think of lifting those elbows, stretching those armpits open, maybe even moving your hips away from your hands to lengthen the left side even more. Big breath. I like to think of breathing in between the left rib spaces as if they were gills. Okay, let's walk our little spider hands through center and over to the left, taking a big stretch into the right side this time. Ground that forehead, lift those elbows, and start to move the hips away from the hands. Big breathing. Alrighty, let's bring the hands back through center. We can ground the palms here and grip the mat here with our tiger claw grip. So nice strong grip on the floor. Think of pulling yourself up to hands and knees. Come on up. Okay, we'll meet in a little tabletop position here. We have strong arms pushing the floor away. And we have strong lower body also pushing the floor down with those knees. So I want you to feel that your lower belly is lifting in towards your low back. The low back should feel really safe and really strong. And we'll start with some cat-cows, just typical little classic cat-cow shape. As you inhale, think of pulling your heart forward, extending or arching your spine. As you exhale, think of pushing the floor away, rounding or flexing your spine. We'll take a few more like that. Inhale, heart forward, cow. Exhale, push the floor to your cat. Okay, just a few more like this, taking your own pace, just finding what your breath wants to do. Kind of waking up that spine. Notice on your inhales, when you pull your heart forward, your back body contracts as your front body spreads open. And vice versa on your exhale, the front body contracts while the back body spreads open to the ceiling. So maybe you even do that kind of like a sideways movement for a few times, kind of snaky, moving into the left, into the right, who knows? Waking up that whole spine. Okay, let's bring it back to a flat back here. I'll meet you in a little tabletop. Okay, let's take the right leg out behind. Just send it out. We want to drop the right toes to the floor and drop the right heel so that your toes are pointed out to the right, okay? We're going to transition to a little supported side plank shape here. All we really need to do is spin on the left knee and point the left toes out to the left, and then we're ready to reach the right hand up. Okay, welcome to your supported side plank. Take a moment to fidget everything into place. We want to make sure that the left femur, so that left thigh bone and the left arm are straight up and down, just like columns. So your yoga architecture is nice and supportive. Once you're here, we're going to start to activate the arms. So I want you to really stretch your hands away from each other. Think of lifting your left side up and away from the floor. And with a right shoulder that is very, very active and plugged in, we're going to start to circle out that right shoulder. So making big circles with the hands, big and slow. Okay, while you're doing this, maybe you want to stretch your fingers out wide, making the biggest finger span you can, a big stretch for your hand. Okay, should feel really nice to move that whole shoulder joint around. Very, very active, never soft in the shoulder here, very strong. Okay, let's rewind our shoulder circles. Maybe this time, push out through your palm, stretching out your wrist, stretching out your forearm. Nice and slow. Alrighty. From here, next time that hand reaches up, just pause it right there. A little bitty challenge for us today. So really think about that right foot. That's the one that's far away from your face, okay? Really smoosh it down into the floor and feel like you could put some weight in it, okay? What if we challenge ourselves here just to hover the left knee off the ground a little bit? It can be a tiny hover and you can always put it back down. Okay, try it a few times. Maybe lift and put it back down. Okay, a little strength, a little bit of a warm up. One more time, maybe lift that left knee up off the ground and see if you could hold it here. Bit of a challenge. Holding for 3 breaths. Nice and easy. Holding for 2 breaths. Here's our last breath. 1. And then let it go. Drop that left knee back underneath your left hip. Okay, come up on your left fingertips here. Okay, should feel good after putting a lot of weight in that left hand. And then come up on just one of your left fingertips. I like the pointer finger just pushing down here, just a little bit of support. We're going to lift the right leg up off the floor and hold it in the air. So holding and breathing. So we're going to start to balance a little bit of our weight on this left knee. This is going to be our fulcrum, okay? So use the right hand reaching over to the right and feel how you more reaching out to the right, you can shift your weight in that direction. So feel that center of gravity, keep the core very strong and see if you could lift the left finger up off the floor and set it down. We'll try it 2 more times, just like we balanced before, okay? Lift it up and set it down. Keep breathing. 1 more, lift it up. Now see if you can lift it and hold it up off the floor. Balancing, kind of surfing on gravity. And it's okay if it doesn't work the first time. Try it a few more times and keep breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. Okay, bring it back down to your supported side plank. Foot down, hand down. Whew, okay, a little strength, a little warmth in that core here. So now I'm going to ask you to really activate that core and use your right hand to pull yourself up like someone's pulling you upright. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, and here we are. We're upright. So I want to take us into a gate pose, okay? But to do that, we're going to have to externally rotate this right hip. So we need to pick up the right toes, spin on the right heel, and point the toes directly out to the right. We can put a little bend in the knee if we need to, and that's fine, okay? Put that little bend if you need. We're gonna start reaching out past that right foot. So reaching and breathing. We'll take several breaths just to reach and breathe. Reach a little further. Maybe 1 more breath, just reaching to the right, feeling some big stretches across the left side, okay? Okay, as you're ready, drop that right hand to your right shin, or maybe you'd prefer to drop it to your thigh, okay? Just skip the knee if you could, anything but the knee. Holding here, we can start to reach that left hand up and over. Hold and breathe here with me in Parigasana, gate pose. Okay, opening wide like a gate would. So breathe here with me. Think of pushing down into both legs. So push into the right, push into the left knee, push down into the right foot. If all is going well and you can keep your neck really nice and long here, we can reach the left hand over to the right, increasing that left side stretch. Breathe and hold in your shape, yogis. Think of pushing that floor down, reaching. And always the neck is long. Always we're trying to find equal softness and strength. How about 1 more breath here in your gate
Toes swinging open. As you're ready, let's slowly close back up. We're going to bring the left hand over to the left. And just like we reached over to the right, think of reaching yourself over to the left here. Nice and slow. Bringing those fingertips softly down to the floor under your shoulder. And then finally grounding that palm back in the supported side plank that we just left, okay? From here, we can spin it down to hands and knees. So we can take the right hand down, the right knee down. We're back on our tabletop shape, okay? And let's give that left hand and knee a little break. Tuck your toes, lift your hips here. We're gonna walk the hands back to the feet and find a little folded shape, a little forward fold. So generous bend in your knees, okay? Hang the head and just shake it out. Maybe swing and sway a little bit, side to side, who knows? Just take a few breaths, just kind of opening up the backs of the legs. Okay, let's roll it up a few times. Okay, waking up the spine a little bit more. So parallel your feet, make sure they're nice and grounded and parallel. We're going to inhale, push into the heels and roll it up. So think of stacking that spine up like for the first time. Reach up, maybe look up, who knows? With your exhale here, bend your knees. You could take your hands to your thighs and just kind of slide yourself all the way down. Let's do that 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, roll yourself up. Maybe look up, maybe reach up. And exhale, hinge and slide it all the way down. One more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Okay, once you land, we're going to walk the hands forward again. Find yourself on hands and knees. Let's do the other side. Okay, so now we have the left leg out behind. We want to point the toes down. Drop those left toes to the floor. We're going to drop the left heel so that the toes point to the left. And the only thing left to do is to spin on the right knee, pointing those right toes to the right. Okay, reaching up with that left hand, we have a supported side plank. Again, I'm going to spin around to face you here, but we are in the same place. All right, supported side plank. So go ahead and take some time. You have plenty of time to fidget yourself into place. We want the right arm and the right thigh bone to be very column-like, perfectly up and down if we can get them, okay? Very supportive. And then start to lift that right side strong away from the floor, reaching the arms away from each other, super engaged in that upper body. And remember, as always, keep that neck really long by moving the shoulders away from the ears. Let's start to circle out the left shoulder. Okay, just like we did on the other side, circle it out. Should feel good. Spread the fingers wide, wide, wide. Okay, keep breathing here. While we move these muscles, we need to supply them with fresh oxygen and clean them out with some nice exhales. Okay, waking up that left shoulder. Let's rewind it. Rewind that shoulder. And let's push through the palm this time. Push, push, push. Okay, it feels nice to move that whole joint. Next time the left hand reaches up, let's pause it there, okay? Let's go surfing. Let's surf on gravity for a little while. Let's come up on these right fingertips. Okay, and then let's take all but one fingertip off the floor. So I like to use the pointer finger, okay? Just one pointer finger under your shoulder. You can always use more. We're gonna get the left leg up and just feel that leg's weight. It's pretty heavy, okay? So we're gonna use the right knee as our fulcrum, reaching the left hand over to the left. All right, And this side might be totally different from the other side. So let go of those expectations. We're going to try one time. Lift the finger and lower it. 2 times. Lift and lower. One more. Lift it and hold it. See if you could surf. Okay, using that left hand. Okay, the left hand is going to help you out. Reaching to the left. Find that center of gravity. And you may find it today. You might not. Either way, it's fun. One more big breath here. And then bring it down. Hand down, foot down. Back to your supported side plank, okay? Now let's try playing with this knee. Let's see if we could lift this right knee up. So ground into the left foot, ground into that right hand, very strong in your side. Let's try lifting the right knee up. Lift it one time and set it down. Okay, you feel that side body getting warm. 2 times, lift and set it down. One more, here we go. Lift it, now hold it and breathe. We lift as high as we like. We keep breathing. We set it down if we need to, but try to hold it for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Strengthening that side body. Last one. All right, let's set it down here. Whew. Okay, should be nice and warm. So now like someone's pulling you with your left hand. I want you to find that core strength that we just used. We just warmed it up. Let yourself get pulled all the way upright. Okay, once the shoulders are over your hips, we do need to change the rotation in the left hip so that we can keep going, okay? So just pick up the left toes, spin so that they point out to the left. We want to put them on the floor. So if we need to bend the knee, we can do that. Okay, now we're ready to start reaching. Take maybe 3 breaths to reach all the way out there. You have so much time. Feeling some length building in the right side. We want to imagine all that tissue kind of spreading open. Nice and gentle. Maybe one more breath. Reaching to the left. Reach, reach, reach. As you're ready here, we'll find a place to grab one, okay? So left shin is good. Left thigh is good. Please skip the knee, anything but the knee, okay? The right hand can reach up. Okay, finding your shape, your gate, pose, shape. Welcome in. Hold and breathe, yogis. Let's move the shoulders away from the ears. We have our longest neck. The legs are pushing actively down into the floor, all 2 of them. Maybe even close your eyes in your shape. If all is going well and you like that feeling of expansion in the right side, also that feeling of compression in the left, right? We have both happening. Maybe we reach the right hand further over to the left. Breathe. You can look up, down, or anywhere else that feels natural. Hold in your shape. How about one more breath in your Parigasana? Okay, when it's time to come up, take your time. There's no rush. The right hand is going to reach out. Same thing. We're going to feel like we're being pulled all the way back up to center. And then with control, lower that right hand all the way down. Maybe fingertips first, and then the palm. We made it. Okay, back down to hands and knees here. Spin the left hand down, spin the left knee down. We are back in a tabletop position. Again, here, tuck your toes, lift your knees and your hips, and walk your hands back to your feet. Take a little time to hang, shake your head, and just swing. Okay, a soft, soft, big bend in your knees to keep the backs of the legs nice and open. And maybe here, because we're a bit warm, we join the hands behind the back. You can hold your hand together. We want to think of moving the elbows away from the shoulders. Move them back, back, back. Big stretch in your shoulders. Okay, yogis, just like we did before, let's roll up and roll down, okay? Release your hands. And as you inhale, push down into your feet, roll yourself up. Okay, this time, as you reach up and look up, maybe add a teeny, teeny, tiny back bend, lifting that sternum, that heart up to the ceiling. And exhale here, hinging and folding. You can slide your hands all the way down. Again, just like that, 2 more times. Inhale, roll and stack yourself up. Lift your big heart. Exhale, hinge it all the way down. One more, up. One more down. Nice. From here, let's bring those palms to the floor and walk your hands just enough forward that you can settle back into a downward facing dog, our first one of this practice. Okay, in downward facing dog, your tailbone is trying to point up. Your heart is trying to move back toward the back of your space. And you're thinking of pushing the floor with your hands and your feet. So take a few breaths here. Maybe you kind of march it out, kind of lifting one heel at a time. Maybe shaking your head, yes, and no. We'll take just a few more breaths here. All right, from this downward facing dog shape, let's build a little flow, okay? Starting to get a little bit more dynamic now that we're warmer. With your inhale, we're gonna lift the right leg in the sky. Think of keeping your hips level so the right toes point down. With your exhale here, swing that right knee forward. We're gonna hover the right knee next to the right elbow. So just a little hover there. See if you could swing the foot forward and step it outside the right hand, okay? It's okay if it takes a few steps. Give yourself that time. Okay, drop the back knee. We're cultivating a little low lunge here. Pressing down into that left hand. Go ahead and reach up with the right. Nice little twisting shape here as you look up at that right hand. So holding and breathing here. Just feeling your twisted shape. Think of pushing down equally into both legs. Okay, getting the hips to sink as low as they like. If it's too much, you can always pick your hips up away from the floor. But how about one more big breath here? Just feeling the shape. Okay, as you're ready, drop that right hand under the right shoulder. Back where we started. Tuck the back toes, hover the back knee. We'll come out the way we came in. With your inhale here, stick the right leg up in the sky. Toes point down, hips are level. Exhale here, set it down, downward facing dog. Let's try the other side, everything the same. Inhale here, left leg up, toes point straight down. Exhale here, swing that left knee forward, hover it next to your elbow, okay? It's gonna help you as you try to swing that left foot forward and step it by your left hand. Drop that back knee. Take your time, you have tons of time. Okay, once you're ready, grounding into that right hand, we're gonna reach up with the left, cultivating a twist here. Take a few breaths, okay? In your twist, I want you to think of reaching your hands away from each other, just like we did in our side plank, and keep the legs active. So push the floor down with both legs. Breathing in your shape. How about one more breath here? Let's let it go. Drop the left hand under the left shoulder, tuck the back toes, and lift the back knee. Inhale here, send the left leg up in the sky, okay? A 3-leg dog. Exhale here, drop the left foot, downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna do that 2 more times on each side. Everything the same, just moving through our flow. Let's try it again on the right. So inhale here, right leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale here, right knee forward. Step the foot outside the right hand. You can keep the back knee up or drop it down like we did before. Inhale here, right arm up, lift, looking up as you lift that hand. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale here, 3-leg dog, right leg up in the sky. Exhale here, downward facing dog, right foot down. On the left, let's go. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee forward. Carefully step to your lunge, foot outside the hand. Back knee up or down. Inhale here, left hand up. Stretch to look up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, left leg up in the sky. 3-leg dog. Exhale, left foot down, downward facing dog. Okay, just once more on each side, then we'll be really warm. Inhale here, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward, step to your lunge. Inhale, right hand up, twisting. Exhale, right hand down, lunge. Inhale, 3-leg dog, right leg in the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog, right foot down. Last one. Inhale, left leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, step to the lunge. Inhale, left hand up, twisting. Exhale, left hand down, lunge. Inhale, left leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, set it down, downward facing dog. All right, inhale here, move your heart forward. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. Move that heart forward, shoulders over your wrists. Find a plank pose, okay? Remember, your plank can be knees down or knees up. As long as your shoulders are over your wrists, it's a plank. Okay, from your plank, go ahead and walk to your hands. You can take as many steps as you like. Just get there, bend your knees and fold it. You can hug your legs. You can shake your head. Nice work. We should be quite warm. Inhaling here, press into your heels, roll yourself up, just like we did before. We're gonna add something here, okay? Exhale here, drop down into a chair squat. You're gonna think of pointing your tailbone down as you bend your knees. Those knees are gonna point forward over your toes, okay? We're gonna keep the heart big and open. We'll be back, okay? But for now, inhale, send your heart up, stand up tall, mountain pose, standing up. And exhale here, bend your knees, fold yourself all the way down. With your inhale, step yourself back into your plank. Again, knees up or down, it's all good. With your exhales here, knees up or down, you're gonna bend your elbows and scrape them all the way across your ribs as you lower yourself to the floor. Little cobra shape. On your inhale, think of pulling your heart forward between your hands for a cobra. I want you to squeeze your elbows into your ribs while you do that. And with your exhale, we're gonna let it go. Tuck your toes. I'll meet you in a downward facing dog. Some folks like to come up through hands and knees. Some folks prefer to come up through a plank. I'll meet you there. Walk it out. Okay, take some breaths here in your downward facing dog. As always, if you need a break, you can come down into a child's pose. Okay, remember child's pose where we started. You can always bend your knees if your downward facing dog is too intense. Okay, I always want you to take breaks. Always want you to modify. Always have a good time. Let's use the flow we kind of warmed up with and kind of build on it. Let's see what happens. Inhale here, right leg up in the sky. Make sure that toe points down for now. Exhale here, send that right foot forward, drop it outside your hand. Inhale here, reach that right hand up to the sky. Okay, hold and breathe. So you can have the back knee down, you can have the back knee up. It is up to you. I'm gonna spin around to face you. We are in the same position now. We are in a twisted lunge. Now, what if we come up on those left fingertips? We just have the fingertips down. Now we just have one left fingertip down. Remember, this should be familiar. Okay, keep the legs very strong, pushing the floor. Still facing out to the right. Could you pull yourself all the way up to upright? Whew. Hold and breathe in your twisted lunge, looking to the right. Okay, sink down into the legs, push the floor. Back knee can be down, back knee can be up. It's all good. With this shape, we're going to start to move the upper body. I want you to try to keep the lower body solid and stable. It's our foundation. Okay, with your inhale, tip your right hand down, lift your left hand up like a windmill, kind of spinning that left side open. With your exhale, tip your left hand down, tip your right hand up. You might touch the floor with your left hand. You might challenge yourself to hover that left hand. Yogi's choice. Let's do it again. Inhale, right hand down, left hand up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Touch down or hover. One more like that. Inhale, tip back. Exhale, tip forward. Holding and breathing here in your shape. Fingers down or not. Hold and breathe, yogis. Working the legs, pushing the floor. Feeling a little challenge or taking this opportunity to relax and rest that hand on the floor. One more breath wherever you are. And then set all the hands down under your shoulders. Whew, back in our lunge. Okay, coming out through a three-leg dog, just like before. Inhale here, right leg up in the sky. Pause here, taking a moment for a scorpion pose. Bend that right knee, keep breathing, and point the toes to the left, okay, over your body. So hold and breathe right here in your scorpion shape. If you need this to be more gentle, you can do it with the left knee on the floor, okay? All the same stuff. Wherever you are, level your shoulders off with the floor. Make sure the tailbone is pointed straight away from you. And lift that right knee. Big stretch in the right hip. Holding and breathing in your scorpion shape. One more breath, scorpions. As you're ready, set that right foot down. Downward facing dog. Welcome back. We're going to go straight to the other side. Inhale here, left leg up in the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward to your lunge, just like we did before. Back knee up or down. Inhale here, left hand reaching up. Find your twist. Okay, hold your twist. I'll spin around to face you again. We are in the same place though, same position. Okay, remember your options. Back knee down is more gentle. Okay, you decide. As you're ready, we're going to use core strength to come up on those right fingertips. Now we just have one little right pointer finger under that right shoulder, still facing out to the left with the shoulders. Okay, now use your core strength, pull yourself all the way upright. Hold and breathe in your shape. Dropping the back knee, totally good. Leaving it up, also good. Strong legs, push the floor down. So as we begin to start to move the upper body, remember to breathe, remember to modify. Remember your lower body is your foundation. So do whatever you need to do to strengthen and stabilize down there. Push down on that floor. Here we go. With your inhale, left hand drops down, right hand reaches up. We're stretching open the right side. Exhale, right fingers point down, left fingers point up. We can either drop the right hand all the way or hover it. Again, inhale, tip it back. Exhale, tip it forward. A lot of work for the legs. Definitely warm in the legs. One more. Inhale, up and open. Exhale down, hovering or grounding. Hold and breathe, yogis. Okay, this is where we get to really strengthen these legs, building some heat in this body. Holding and breathing for one more breath. Time to let it go. Drop those hands down under your shoulders. Wow. Inhale here, left leg up in the sky. Send it up to a 3-leg dog. Let's hold it here and pause for a scorpion shape. So bending that left knee, start to point the left toes over to the right. Hold and breathe. So remember, the right knee can come down here to make this more gentle. You can keep it up. Wherever you are, the shoulders need to be level with the floor, okay? And we need to point that tailbone straight back away from your head, and then we can lift the left knee, holding, breathing. Okay, bring in extra circulation into that left hip, extra space. Also a great stretch for the back of the right leg. How about one more breath here, scorpions? And set the left foot down, back in downward facing dog. Okay, let's get off our hands. Okay, let's go back to that little vinyasa we did before. It should be familiar. With your inhale, move your heart forward to a plank. Remember, knees up or down is good. With your exhale, walk to your hands and fold. Inhale, roll it up. Lift that heart nice and high, standing tall in mountain pose, Tadasana. With your exhale, drop down into your chair squat, Utkatasana. Drop the tailbone, knees point forward, heart looks up. Inhale all the way up to your mountain pose, standing tall. And exhale, folding it all the way down. Palms are down. Inhale and step it back to your plank pose. Okay. Bend those knees and drop them or not. Keep them up if you want. With your exhale, bend your elbows and scrape them across your ribs all the way down. With your inhale, cobra pose. Pull that heart up and open. Squeeze the elbows in. And with your exhale, I'll meet you in a downward facing dog. Use your knees to come up or not. I'll meet you there. Walk it out in your downward facing dog. Okay, this will be our last downward facing dog of this practice. So we just want to notice how it feels. Any differences in the backs of the legs. Okay, probably have an elevated heart rate and breathing rate here. Just notice that too. One more breath, just saying goodbye to downward facing dog. As you're ready, walk all the way to your hands and fold here. Okay, give yourself a well-deserved hug. If you really bend your knees, really bend them, you can take your hands behind your legs and just hold them. Hold them like you really love them, okay? You want to think of your heart being close to your knees and your head is hanging so heavily, there's no activation of muscles in your neck. The neck is completely soft. And take a few breaths here. Let your heart rate come down. Let your breath slow down. If this feels nice, it's a nice stretch for your legs and your back. You can grab onto your elbows. Okay, grab opposite elbows. And you can maybe even shimmy your elbows down towards your feet. Who knows? You decide, okay? Yogi's choice here. Breathing as you squeeze those legs close to you. Make sure it feels good in your legs and it feels good in your back. One more breath, just closing off in your fold. Okay, as you're ready, release your hands to the floor. We're gonna bend the knees so much that we can come all the way down to a seat. You could shake your legs out in front. Nice work, yogis. Now we get to decompress and cool down and bring our energy level back down to the floor. So doing that, we're gonna roll in and out a few times. So I want our core control, right? As we begin to move, we wanna tuck the tailbone a little bit and point it at your toes. So start to really pull the belly button back. Point that tailbone at your toes. And if you use the weight of your arms reaching forward, you can roll yourself down with control. So think of rolling down, stretching yourself all the way out to be really long. Okay, take a big breath in here. We're gonna roll up the way we came down. With your exhale, reach those hands forward. Think of curling yourself up with control. Okay, you can reach as far forward as you like. Okay, really reaching into your fold. Let's do that a few more times, just like that. Inhale, roll yourself all the way down to be long on the floor. Exhale, roll yourself up to your fold. Reach as far as you like. Let's do that maybe 3 more times. Inhale, roll down. And exhale, roll up. You want to keep the legs really active here. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, roll it up to your fold. Okay, I want to enjoy this fold for a little bit. Come on in and just drop your hands wherever your shoulders are, okay? Okay, we can be really generous with this fold. It doesn't have to be super deep to be effective, does it? Okay, we just need to work smart. So hands under shoulders. I want you to put a little bend in your knees, a little micro bend. If you want, you can even put a really big bend, okay? Especially if you have a lot of tension in the backs of your legs. So yogi's choice, little bend or big bend. And you're just gonna move your heart forward so that your spine stays nice and long. And just pause in your fold where you feel some pleasant opening in your back and in the backs of your legs. That's it. We're just gonna breathe right here and enjoy it. You can close your eyes if you like. You can tuck your chin, lengthening the back of your neck. You might even come down to your elbows. Hold and breathe in your fold. Focus on your exhales here. I want to give you some more time. So maybe, if you want, kind of exploring this shape's intricacies a little bit more. What if you think about slightly pressing your feet down into the ground, just a gentle press down? How would that affect the stretch in the backs of your legs? You can also think about moving that heart forward towards your feet. Still holding, still breathing in your shape. Releasing tension across the whole back of your body, from your ankles all the way up the backs of your legs, all the way to the base of your skull. Stretch it all open. Taking your last breath here, okay? As you're ready, yogis, let's roll ourselves up and out, just like we practiced before. So with your inhale, think of rolling yourself up and all the way down to the floor. Once you land, just a little bitty twist to recalibrate that spine, okay? Go ahead and bring your right knee in towards your chest. You can squeeze it in with your hands for a moment or two, just to open up that hip flexor, okay? Think of lifting your heart towards your knee. And then we can turn it into a twist. Use just your left hand to move the right knee to the left. We're going to turn the right arm into a cactus arm. Drop it to the right and look out over it. Hold and breathe in your twist. Big inhales. Big exhales. Think of lifting your heart up and away from the floor here. As you're ready, we're going to switch sides. Okay, so let's bring the right knee back in and release it long on the floor. Okay, bring in the left knee, squeeze it for a little bit, little hug. Think of lifting the heart towards the knee. And once that hip softens up a little bit, then use just the right hand to pull the left knee to the right. Cactus the left arm and look out over it. And close your eyes here, breathe deeply. Sealing off our practice with a twist is such a wonderful way to let the body cool down and just recalibrate after we moved every little thing. Okay, let's bring the left knee back in and let it go. Okay, you can rest your hands down by your side here. It is time to rest. So close your eyes and settle into your Shavasana, your resting shape. In your Shavasana, you can finally let go of controlling your breath. No longer concerned with how deep the breath is. Okay, we were really focused on the breath in the practice. And now we get to let go of that and just return to a natural breath that is effortless. Let your body do the same, okay? No longer concerned with activating the sides or activating the joints. We get to let go of that here. We get to just be. The muscles can relax. Everything's soft and easy. Maybe let your face melt into a little smile. Allow yourself to be present in this moment as it unfolds, sensation by sensation. So of course, rest this way as long as you can. Okay, the longer the better. But this is where I'll leave you for our practice today. Thanks so much for taking care of yourself and practicing with me.